Alright Kings, welcome to another video. It's your boy Shiraz here. Guys, I hope you're winning in life and doing well, taking care of yourselves. We're diving right into this one, guys. Very important video. The biggest lesson I learned as a man in 50 years, guys, and this is not to be derogatory, not to hate on, but it's never to rely on females or a woman in general, guys. Let me give you my reasons for saying this. Okay guys, we've all had phases through life where we've went through life, we've had our experiences. Maybe you're getting into your experiences with females, maybe you're a young tot in your 20s, getting into the dating market, the situationship market. Maybe you're in similar age range to me, maybe you're in your early 30s. Hey guys, whatever age range you are, you'll have your experiences with women. And in this 50 years, guys, I've learned a lot of lessons from interacting with women to long-term relationships. So I've picked up quite a lot of attributes about female nature. And I think the biggest, I've learned a lot of things, guys, and these are videos for another time. Maybe I'll split it down to different topics, but the biggest and most important lesson I learned from female nature, guys, sorry, just adjusting the light so it's not too dark for your screens, is never rely on a woman. You can never rely on a woman, guys, all right? You just cannot. And I don't care, guys, whether it's your wife. I don't care if you're married. I don't care if you're married 10 years, 15 years. That doesn't make any difference. I don't care if you think you found a unicorn. There's no such thing. I don't care if your partner at the moment or your wife is showing you all the love and tenderness over the last 5-10 years. You can never wholly rely on a woman. Now, in saying that, guys, there are cases out there, right? Cases out there, very, very unique cases out there of women that have stuck by their men. I'll give you examples of that. It's very unusual. The guy who played Superman, Christopher Reeve, to me, the penultimate Superman. He will always be Superman. No other guy is going to match him no matter what they try. Christopher Reeve, he didn't. He met his end in a really unfortunate way. Also had disability, not disability. Sorry, guys. He had an accident which caused a spinal disability. He was on a wheelchair in the latter years of his life, and he kind of it could end. Unfortunately, went to his demise. Tragic. He did have a very supportive wife that stayed with him all his life, and she supported him and his pain and stuff, and she was very, very supportive. And very unusual, guys, to hear a woman nowadays doing that, because women, Monday women have a massive hypergamous nature. Now, they are leaving men by the boatloads. Doesn't matter whether it's 10-20 years, you're seeing it regularly. Go and look at these other red pill channels. You will see that women are leaving men after 20 years marriage, sleeping with the neighbour, sleeping. Jada Pinkett Smith, enough said, guys, cheating Will Smith with her son's friend, who was 21 at the time, because she was what's the word she used? She was confused or some nonsense like that to justify it. She was confused, and then obviously he simped at the time. I think he's redeemed himself now, but you get where I'm coming from. So you might get the seldom, the odd exception, like Christopher Reeve's wife. Another one comes to mind is Michael J. Fox's wife. She's still sticking by through his Parkinson's. The guy was a hero in Back to the Future. So you do get these odd cases, guys, right? But the majority of the time, like 98%, 99%, never rely on a woman. And the chances are, my personal experience, guys, what I've learned about women are not going to be there, the majority of them, for your struggles. They do not care about your struggles, guys. And this is, as I said again, this evidential. It's not coming from a biased perspective. Go and look at everything on social media. Go and look at the amount of divorces. Go and look at the even the celebrities that are not hanging on to their women, you cannot rely on them. You know, you can only rely on yourself as a man. Even men that go into marriages and partnerships and stuff, you have to go into these relationships um, with the knowing, guys, and the awareness and the understanding that your partner or this woman can take off at any time, because women are don't think in logic, guys. They don't get married for reasons of logic or love. Women cannot love. They get married for reasons other than love, security, children, these kind of things. Even the novelty of it, shall you say? It's now becoming a novelty when women, they want the marriage day and all this, and it's not about love for them, guys. It's about an emotional roller coaster, and this is why it's such a big risk these days. And that's why you can never trust women, or rely on women, guys, because they're just emotional roller coasters. That's all they are, and this is what they want. Really, is that emotional ride. Once you're not able to provide that, guys, there's a risk there. This is why a lot of marriages end up divorce. The woman gets bored. She has that emotion, oh, I'm just not feeling it, just not feeling the same way, I'm just not feeling it, because the man no longer provides. She's got what she wants, so the situation gets boring. She needs that emotional roller coaster, and then she goes off with Chad. Guys, you've got to understand all this about female nature. This is why you can't rely on them. You can't rely on them fellas to be there in hard times. There's so many times in my life that I've went through difficulty, through injuries, through various kind of personal things, guys, and I was with women at the time. And my personal experience of it is they're not, you can't rely on them in these times of crisis. The only person you can rely on as a man is yourself, guys, in all aspects of your life. Listen, if you're not where you are in life in the perfect situation, hey guys, you've got to sit down and evaluate yourself and say why you're not there, and do something about it, because it's just it's only yourself that's going to be able to do something about it. That no woman is going to care where you are. The line that Rich Cooper comes out with is perfect. Women don't care about your struggles, they just wait at the finish line. This is so tantamount true, guys, and this is why you've got to approach relationships, or when you go into relationships, or even you guys in marriages, you've got to wake up to the fact that you can never wholly, penultimately rely on women. You have to rely on yourself. Um, this is just an unfortunate reality of it, guys. All right. As I said, yeah, you might get the odd one, the odd anomaly that does stick by your man. Very unusual nowadays, guys, in the situationship dating market, and the worst state of women in society today. They're getting rapidly worse, fellas. They're getting more demanding, rapidly worse, and providing no value to men. And men are walking away now. Men have woke up and they're not buying it. They're not playing these games. So men are understanding it's a very dangerous situation for them to go into this relationship now and make commitments and potentially risk everything they've built over the last 10, 20 years. And even if you haven't built anything yet, you've always got time as a man to build, guys. This is what you've got to remember, guys. We don't have biological clocks, okay? So even if you guys are not in the position you're wanting to be in, or you've not really done well in life, or something's happened, you can always rebuild that, because we don't have biological clocks. As long as you maintain and take care of your health, your mind, which involves working out, guys. I go back to keeping a healthy mind, body, healthy mind, and working on your mind as well. Reading books. I've got back into reading books, guys, in a big way. I used to be a massive book reader when I was young. We digress here a bit, but I think it's important for information for your development. And I fell away from that as I got older, guys. The girls came along, the booze came along, the books went in the closet. But now, recently, over the last year, I was searching for answers to certain things, and I got back into my books, and luckily I found the teachings of people like Neville Goddard, where he talks about. I've done a video on Neville Goddard before, guys. Go and watch it. He was a thought leader in the 50s. I wouldn't call him New Age. He just came from a different perspective of the law of consciousness, how to use your mind, and I study him every day, because the stuff he says is profound. Because you've got to work the mind as well, guys. This is more tantamount important than this. This is where a physique's built in your mind, and this is where your life's built in your mind. This is where wealth's built in your mind. So you've got to work this every day and study this every day and make it strong. So get into things like that, and strengthen yourself that way. To rely on yourself more, guys. Have a strong body, strong mind, but don't rely on women, guys. Always have a backup plan. Hey, guys, women always have a backup plan, regardless of them being in relationships or not. They will always have a backup plan, guys. Believe me, whether that be a friend at work, a colleague at work, they'll always keep something that they can jump to. This is just, women are just survivalists. It's not their fault. It's their hypergamous nature. Even with close relatives, guys, I find they are not there to help. Even in these cultural relationships, these cultural religions, women in these religions don't are not they don't differentiate from hypergamy, guys. They're always even religious women are always thinking about themselves, guys, because they're not going to be there. You can't rely on them. Even women in religious cultures, you can't rely on them either. They will quote everything under the sun to you, like, oh, we come from a religious background, and our women are like this and like that. But guys, being from a religious background and a different culture, or cultural background, sorry, my experience of women is you can't rely on them, and it doesn't matter what thought ideologies or religious thought ideologies they follow. Women are women. You cannot rely on them. They're not going to help you, guys. So you have to rely on yourself. We've dragged on a bit for 12 minutes, guys, but I thought this is quite a very, very important topic. Never rely on women, guys. Don't put all your cards in one deck in terms of a relationship or women, guys. And if you do go down that path, always have a backup plan, and always, guys, be aware of the fact that that could end at any time. Women just want emotional roller coasters, and you need to be aware of that. This is how they work, guys. They do not love. They cannot love. It's about what you provide. You provide your protection, security, all that stuff. And so a lot of men are still asleep to this. They think, oh, I've got the girlfriend. Oh yeah, she's mine. She's never yours, guys. Women are never single. She's never yours either, guys. You're just borrowing her, and that's it. I've got to push the boat out as far to say that you are even borrowing married women, and a lot of married men are not going to like this, but if she has the inclination to jump ship because she wants a bit of excitement, guys, she's no longer yours. She's never yours, guys. It's just a piece of paper, okay? That woman will jump ship at any time, and men just don't realise this stuff, and men have to wake up to this stuff. And once they wake up to the stuff, they'll be stronger. They'll be able to make their own decisions. They won't go down the path of stupidity and just jumping into a relationship and marriage straight away, and ending up with the wrong type of partner. You've got to wake up to, guys. You need to wake up to this. You need to start getting awareness about female nature and understanding that, and you'll be all right. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it here, guys. Quite late here from where I am. Going to get some sleep. You take care of yourselves. Like, share, subscribe. Let's grow this channel, guys. Okay, a lot of you guys are watching. You're not subscribing, guys, to the channel, and it helps me out a ton. Let's leave it here, guys. Take care to the next one. See you later. Shiraz out.